Yo, what's up, guys? Your boy dubmason here. Not really sure why I'm recording right now, but I just got kind of, an idea or inspired or whatever you want to call it, just to kind of like mess around and maybe try like a different kind of video, just in case that some of y'all may benefit from this or end up liking it. Um, I'm thinking about calling it Maple Talk, where honestly, like it'll just be me playing Maple and just talking about, just various like topics of life or just whatever, or like, maybe you guys can suggest something down in the comments or whatever, and I'd gladly do one of these daily because, I have a lot to say, and that's why I enjoy like the simplicity of my uploads. Like I honestly just upload the raw footage just so it's like authentic. Um, Anyway, though, yeah, I just wanted to talk about a few things today, and and like a lot of these will just be totally random topics, so don't expect like topics from the same sort of realm every single time. But I want to talk about, well, yeah, okay, I want to talk about integrity right now. I was choosing between integrity and drive, but I just integrity is a term that has always been very important to me, and I believe it is a very significant aspect that displays what kind of person you are inside. And now, for anyone who isn't 100% familiar with the definition of integrity, and that's fine. Like, not everyone's like looking through dictionaries and all that, but it's, to put it simply, it's just you act the same way you do. How do I describe this? It's like I want to like put this in the. I almost feel like typing it out would help. It's acting as you would in front of your mom, even when she's not there. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people will like wear like masks and like just like deceive and betray people. And now like a lot of people have different reasons for that. And I know this is kind of dramatic, but I'm just kind of letting my mind run wild here. So maybe this could even just be some good background noise if you're like doing homework or something. I don't know. But I've had a lot of people in my life that have been affected by just, you know, deception, betrayal, and just things in general that display that a lot of people nowadays don't really pay any regard to loyalty anymore, which I think is probably one of the most important things that can define a person. I generally always say loyalty over royalty, um, because I don't believe in leaving anyone behind at the expense of just some sort of tangible object, whether it be just something I desire, or money, or like a position of power. Because you can't, like, I wouldn't be able to be successful if it was at the expense of others. And now, how I want to relate this to integrity is that when people do this and they like strive for power and just just be who they are. I'm just gonna be real here. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. I'm working on that. Um, this happens all the time. My brain, like, it literally just like blows up every like few hours for like 10 seconds. But anyway, I'll just start talking about something else until I remember what I was saying. Um. Oh no, yeah. So when people are successful at the expense of others, it's just an absolute lack of integrity, because more often than not, they'll have to sort of play a role and manipulate people up the ladder and be someone that they're not, and sometimes even abandon people or leave them behind just just like that. I mean, I know I'm not being very eloquent when I'm describing this, but it's more so like an image in my head that I see because I'm a very um, like hands-on and visual guy. That's kind of how I've always learned. Um, but I guess before I ramble on for too long, I want to keep these videos at like 10 minutes or so. Um, yeah, I don't. Like this is yeah, like I'm like stressing right now. Like I don't know why the hell I'm like freaking out. I'm just talking to my computer screen, cracking some meisters, but I just think it would be super awesome for everyone if we could just take each other's word. Because a lot of the time, problems are caused either, through miscommunication via sabotage or just unintentional miscommunication. And I, believe that lying is the same thing as a miscommunication. However, you are intentionally trying to deceive someone, which I don't agree with. And I'm not saying you can't, tell little white lies and like no one's perfect, but when it comes to something like I don't know, something generic like being led on in a relationship or something, I'm sure we've all been through that at least once or just like had like infatuation for another person. It's just kind of like they build when people deceive you, they will build your hopes up to a point where you'll become used to just being in like this constant state of euphoria and like everything looks great and like bright and colorful. But, when things don't end up turning out, and sometimes they do, like, life's different for everyone, but, I've just learned you got to protect yourself. Yeah, like in the event that things don't turn out, like you'll fall further than probably your lowest low that you've ever had. And now keep in mind, your body is completely used to just being, completely fine, just happy from, you know, perhaps your relationship with a certain person you see every day that just like makes you like happy or whatever. Once that's just stripped from you all of a sudden, it's sort of like you're taking someone's medication away, cold turkey, for example. It's just like the first day, like they just don't even like know what to feel. Like maybe they could even be like rebellious or perhaps angry or like looking for revenge or some sort of justice later on. But after the first day, um, that's when the withdrawals start hitting, and that's when you wake up in the morning and realize that your routine has changed because something has been removed, something crucial that's been there for a while in your life that you relied on. And that's where I loop back to integrity is the word reliability. And now, while I do consider myself to have a considerable degree of integrity, I would also say that I'm not the most reliable person by nature, just due to my clumsiness and forgetfulness, although I do try my best. But yeah, I mean, I kind of got lost in thought again. It's been kind of crazy lately. A lot of like unexpected changes for sure. And I mean, like, it was very recent when like I kind of got forced to start my adulthood in a way, but I didn't really mind. It was more so the shock value of just kind of like it was just like my mother would like acted so differently than she like ever had before. Like I'd never seen that, and I was so confused. And then the next morning I was thinking about it and I realized that I mean, the reason she did it is just like because she was like trying to help me. Like I know for a fact my mom didn't want to do that because she was already regretting it the day of. So that led me to figure out that it was my stepdad that had the issue, and as a result, my mother had to make that decision that was pretty hard for her, and that's why I respect her a lot for it. Um, and I really feel bad for putting her in the middle like that. Because I'm 22 and I'm not, it's not that old, but I've gotten to this like, well, okay, I shouldn't say I've gotten to because I was at, but like for a while there, after all this coronavirus stuff happened, like I was kind of forced to move off campus and integrate into my mother's house, which she was fine with. She loves me being there, but I'm not like 15 anymore, and like I was just doing my best to follow the rules, but just due to the fact that I was older, like I would do things that would kind of disrupt the daily household routine. I wouldn't even be aware that like there was a problem just because I wasn't. I live with two younger brothers and my two stepsisters. So there's a lot of children everywhere, obviously, and I'm not used to being in a house with four, kids anymore, obviously, because I lived on my own. I lived on my own for a while there, um, and then I lived on campus. So just kind of like a culture shock, kind of. Oh fuck! I just dropped a bag of granola on the ground. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. I'm working on that. My bad. Trying to be less vulgar. Anyway, yeah, and I mean how this is all related to the topic of integrity is just my mom did what she had to do even when my stepfather wasn't, at home. Like she was able to, find it in her to like, you know, kick her firstborn son out of the house for his own good. And I mean, at first I spent a lot of time thinking about how dumb it was that I got kicked out because I'm not going to go into details of what happened, but 90% of the not boomer population would be absolutely astounded as to why I was kicked out. But that's a story for another day. But anyway, yeah, I forget what I'm talking about a lot, so this is probably gonna be frustrating as hell if I keep making these, but that's fine. As long as I have fun with it, that's the most important part. I hope you guys are kind of like enjoying this as well because this is honestly like what I do best. And I like streaming too, but for some reason like just having the audience there, like it's both exciting and like daunting at the same time. It's a bit stressful, I suppose. I'm not really sure why because I've developed thicker skin recently. I don't really care about trolls too much anymore, although I'm sure they can still get to me somehow. They can get to all of us, but fact of the matter is I enjoy the YouTube style much more just because no one's really, watching me. And I am able to express my creativity much more when I know I'm truly alone just to sit in my thoughts. And that kind of sounds, well, I mean, I guess it could sound to some people like I'm a bit insecure about all that, but no, it's not true. It's just a lot of people forget about their spiritual health, which is very important. And when I say spiritual health, I'm not referring to any sort of religious, anything. spiritual health is something that could be interpreted in many different ways. And now, for those who have intense anxiety out there, or perhaps obsessive compulsion disorder, maybe extreme ADHD, perhaps, even something like like schizophrenia with the delusions and just never knowing when something's gonna hit you. But oh fuck, how did I forget what I was talking about, man? I was on a roll here. Fun fact, I have all of the fucking things I listed. That's not I don't have schizophrenia. That's very intense. Yeah, fact of the matter is I've got my own stuff. We all do. I really hope this is relevant to what I was talking about because I was really excited to finish what I was saying, but I lost it. When I'm talking, it seems like these Meister cubes just like it's so slow. Like I feel like these 5 minutes are taking ages. This is like a total test video, so I know it's kind of scuffed, but I just I wanted to upload this just because I think it's healthy for me to engage in hobbies and express myself. I've always been more of a right brain person, as some may say. I view the world in and I always butcher the pronunciation of this word, but I view the world in schemas. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. And let me look this up again just so I don't absolutely butcher this definition to you guys. So a schema, well, wait, can I listen to how this sounds?
Schema.
Well, all right, schema. There we go. I hope you all learned something today. Anyway, what schema means is a representation of a plan or theory in the form of an outline or model. And now that's not meant to be taken absolutely literally. Like, it doesn't have to be like a bar graph or like some of that stuff you probably saw at some point in school or whatever the fuck. But sorry. But yeah. When you view the world in schemas, it's more so like a visual perspective as opposed to that's such a bad way of putting it. Here's a better way of putting it. So someone with a more logistic and like cognitive mind, such as someone who's very, very good at math, perhaps, someone who just has a great understanding of just how a advanced system such as numbers works. If they wrote something on a piece of paper, they would see the words. They would see the words on the paper and they would evoke a message only from what they're reading, and they would view it as such by a textbook definition. However, there are different kinds of thinkers that perhaps don't excel as much in math as others, perhaps. And it's not strictly math; it deviates from subject to subject. Everyone's different, but someone with a more schema-based brain, if they write words on a piece of paper and look at it, they're not just going to see the message, they're going to see symbols and imagery and things that evoke concepts in the mind. It's a sort of more abstract way of thinking. And now, I'm not saying either way of thinking is better than the other. It's just, I just figured I'd, explain both of those, seeming as I got on that topic. But, I know I did a pretty bad job sticking to the theme. Maybe I won't even do a theme. Maybe I'll just ramble on. Like, let me know if you guys like this or whatever. But I suppose since I did say there was a theme, just to wrap up about integrity is all it really takes for you to change another person is to display integrity to them during a time where they would never expect you to. It just all wraps around to the concept of remaining humble, forgiving your enemies, and leaving no room to harbor hatred within your heart. And now, some people might totally find that just dramatic and cheesy and over the top, but you know what, man, I'm fine with that. It's how I am, and I think it's a strength of mine to be able to express emotion on a deep level through, sometimes means such as simple as verbally. But anyway, congratulations, you're at the end of the video, so you get to see these cubes. Thanks for staying. And I don't mean to be one of those like douche tubers or whatever, but like sub would be super duper clutch. I've never like asked for subs, but now I kind of realize the importance of that because people will, be like, oh, this guy is actually going to continue making content. Like, might as well subscribe to him. People might just click on my videos and just think it's a one-off. You gotta be kidding me, man. All right, well, the show must go on, so I'm buying an item to cube for you guys. You're welcome. Probably gonna frick, what do I want to do? You know what? I need to make a drop ring for someone. They asked me to do that for them. It wasn't a meso ring, I don't know. But let's just buy, like a cheap unique one or something, and then we'll use these 8 Meisters on it. There's a double drop for 19. That's not bad. This is such a tragic item because, like, realistically, only like a player who, let's say, is considering their character done at 17-star Absolab, whatever, legendary, like 21%, all that jazz. This is like realistically only a 4th ring for like people with those goals, but it's just not like ideal. Like you could just get yourself like a solid or something so easily. Here's some unique ones. I just gotta find the cheapest unique one. I just gotta make sure I stay focused. Good lord. Okay, 400 mil. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Okay, so it's pricey right now, but as I said, I can't say I'm gonna do something and then not actually fucking do it. Here, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm not, and like, I'm not actually that self-conscious about the cursing. It's just, I've just been watching some of my recent videos, and I'm just like, like, I'm not. That's not like really who I am. Like that, bro. You gotta be. And I'm going to keep that because I know for a fact that I can actually profit on that. Not by much. I mean, Demon Avengers nowadays, just good golly gosh. What did I buy that thing for? 400. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Let's just sell it for 500. I don't even really. It's not that big of a deal. I guarantee you I'm going to have a hard time selling this item, just so you know. I am also way over the time limit I set for myself, but you know what? Sometimes things just don't work out how you want them to. What the frick? Bruh, that is Violet cubed, 100%. I hate when people do that, dude. That looks so disgusting. I would buy that item just to drop it, but unfortunately, I'm a peasant compared to the price of that item. I don't even remember why I went to the auction house. Oh, right. Sweetwater. I haven't been a monocle in a while. Let's get a monocle. Maybe they'll be cheaper. I should have just searched by unique, but I'm too lazy. Okay, so maybe there's like a super cheap. What the? You expecting me to buy an epic item for 1 bill? You are out of your flippin' head, buddy. All right, let's get a cheap unique. Come on. Come on. Come on. 400. Yeah, I'll take it. And it's okay to spend money to make money. Absolutely. As long as you're safe with it. I mean, I'm not in any sort of Maple financial danger right now. You always want to keep a little bit of meso on you. Bro, I want this to tear up for the camera. Come on. Hey, you know what? That's good enough for me. So hey, guys, this has been episode 1 of the experimental Maple Talk. Let me know what you think of this video and this kind of video format, because I'd love to do more of these. Or perhaps it'd be more appropriate for maybe some sort of second channel, but I'm not really that big, so I just feel like that wouldn't really make sense. But anyhow, like it or not, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, wherever. If you live in the ocean, like the fucking high tide or whatever, have a great day. You are all just peaches. See you next time.